Annie, you've had the week off. What's the preparation been like for the grand final, and have you done anything different?
No, the only thing different, of course, we didn't play, so we had a light training session. Just spoke about Sunbury and what expectations could be there that they could throw up to us. But everything's been the same, and we've just taken everything normal. But to be honest, we are a little bit, it's a bit more excitement around the club, to be honest, and we're just waiting to embrace the day.
How much did you talk about your round 15 clash at all? You know, that was probably one of the biggest scares you've had this season.
Exactly, no, that was, as I said before, the first time we played Sunbury was a different team, so we had a much better look the second time, and it's much the same lineup. So we do know we've learned a lot from that game, and we do expect that from that game that we can improve on a couple of aspects that we could actually do ourselves.
Yeah. And some closer matches during the finals. What has everyone sort of lifted? Has the standard really lifted?
Yes, it's always a worry when you start finals because it's entirely different. Teams come out, they want to win, so they throw everything they've got at you, and you have to sort of take that on board as well, and you always hope that your players can step up. And I felt that after the first final, they soaked up that experience. They now know what is going to be thrown at us, and which you would to any team to try and win the final, and they've handled it. I thought that each week we actually handled it stronger.
And how much is the 2013 loss to Sunbury in the girls' minds, and how many of those this team was part of that group?
Yeah, so we've lost, we've got about 3 in, and I think we lost 3. And yeah, we all knew without having Jordan there, like it's just like probably plug a locket down in your forward line, really. And now that this is what we're back, we really know that we're back to where we were, and we've got Jordan in there. But at the same time, the strength of the team is in each member.
And you've got 2 cracking goal shooters in both sides. So does that really put the pressure on the mid-court?
Yes, that's a good point, that you would like to think that we could put more pressure there, apply quite a good setup that we could actually perhaps not let the ball get into Chloe actually would be quite a good idea.
Absolutely. So you'll have Stace, I imagine, in the mid-court coming up against perhaps someone like Prue, Stanley, is that correct, in your centre? How has their sort of matchups been previously?
Yes, Adam and Prue I thought had a good battle last time they met, and yeah, I'm not sure what Adam will do there, but you know, it's a matchup that we don't mind, but I'm not sure which way Adam will go with his matchups through the mid-court there.
Do you have anything?
Yeah, Annie, is there any pressure that you've been so dominant this year? It's probably been your best year. Is there any pressure heading into this one? Everyone probably does expect you to win. Yeah,
well, no. As I said, Pat, we've handled it well, and I always think it's like a 2-horse race, isn't it? I'd rather be the favourite than be the underdog, really, because in a 2-horse race you've got the form on the board, so everything's been okay amongst us all.
Yeah, and I think when I talked to you a couple of weeks ago about Jordan having her back in the side, and we saw her win one of the MVP awards on Monday night. How important is it having her back in the side this year for the grand final?
Yeah, it's unbelievable, Pat. I was really glad that Jordan got recognised as an MVP there from the coaches, because she's outstanding, and she's just growing stronger and stronger each time she has a season. And to have that season with Sovereigns too has really improved Jordan's game 100%, really.
Very good, thank you.
Okay, and I'm good.
What's been the key to the really strong second half of your season and amazing finals?
Yeah, look, the key's definitely been getting our full quota of players fully fit and back up and running. So each week we've slowly been building, especially through the second half of the season, starting to finally be able to have some training sessions. Throughout the season, we were unable to have many training sessions due to various other BFNL commitments and that kind of thing from the girls. So to be able to now start to work on some structures and set plays and things is really beneficial.
You've climbed from 4th in these finals. What's driven the side?
Look, we were actually aiming for top 3, and we knew that game back against North Ballarat when we lost by 2. We knew if we had won that game, we probably could have snuck into 3rd. So we're really striving for that. And even though we lost that game, I think that was a real defining moment. So going forward, we've slowly been building, working on our combinations, starting to really get an understanding too. The defensive end is really starting to bond now. And then through the mid-court, I've got a lot of variety and different options that I can swing through there. And then in goals, I can totally mix it up there. So I think it's as well having that variety. I think I've taken a couple of other teams off guard in the first few weeks of finals, being able to run with 2 talls in goals and then change it up with a mobile goal attack. So yeah, definitely the variety has enabled us to build and continue to build.
And that's something you did at quarter time of the prelim against Lakers.
Yeah.
You won't hesitate to make changes on Saturday?
No, not at all. Look, I've never made so many changes, especially in such an important match at quarter time. But partway through the quarter, I just felt like things weren't working, so I needed to bite the bullet and make those hard calls. And it was hard calls, especially with Prue Stanley, who's one of my senior players, but I just felt she wasn't the right match-up on the day. So I went with my gut, and yeah, we definitely proved that those changes were the right ones, and we extended the lead from there. So I won't hesitate to make any changes as I see fit. I'm all about horses for courses and what's going to be best for the team.
How do you stop that North City's speed and drive straight into Jordan B?
Yeah, we've been working on a few things that we haven't really shown in the finals yet. We have been saving them, particularly for North Ballarat. I know that's a big risk, but we knew they were the ultimate. They've been the form team all season. So we've been working on a few things to try and slow that ball down, work on some pressure over the pass and that kind of thing. And yeah, just try and stop it before it gets into Jordan, basically. She's very strong one-on-one, so very hard to stop.
And how much is last year's grand final in the mind?
Look, for me, not at all. And for I think there's only 3 girls that were in that final last year. So that still is a bit of a burning candle in them. But as far as the other girls, they don't know any of the history. So that's probably a good thing. They're going in a bit naive about that. So that's not going to affect them at all.
And you spoke briefly with Sean about the standard of netball in the BFL. What sort of standard will we see on Saturday and style of game?
Look, I think it's going to be very fast-paced. It's going to be physical. There's going to be some great contests. I think it's probably going to be a bit of a shootout. We're hoping not, but I've got a feeling it will be. So I think it'll be quite exciting and entertaining for the crowd that come along, because there should be quite a few goals on the board. Yeah.
Adam, the underdog status probably does sit with you guys, North going in as the favourites. What do you say to girls to make them genuinely believe they can knock off the team that has beat them?
Look, yeah, we definitely go in as underdogs, but we're very comfortable with that. Each week for us has been a final. If we lost, we're out against Redan. If we lost, we're out against East Point. If we're lost, we're out against Lakers. So every week was like a final. So we prepare that way, that's it. We're playing for all or nothing. So I just instill the confidence and belief in the girls, though, that they're fully capable, and if they play at their best, I know they're capable of anything. I really do drive them hard, though. They'll be the first ones to say, yeah, he does really, really push us. And if anybody's on the sidelines, you'll hear me just yelling the entire game. But that's also to give them confidence, and they feed off that.
Yeah, if you do push them so hard and you've treated every game like the final series, is there a chance that they might be a bit weary other than the north side?
Not at all, not at all. Throughout the season, when we've had the 2 byes, we've come off the byes a bit sluggishly. So I think the fact that we've been continuing with the momentum is a really good thing for us, and especially considering I haven't had my full quota of players until towards the end of the season. We're just now starting to gel as combinations. We still haven't had a perfect game yet either, and I know that's something they really want to achieve.
Very good. Thank you.
Good luck, both
No
of you.
worries.
Thank you.
Guys.
Thanks.
Cheers.
Can't
All right,
wait
kids,
to
we're
see
going
what
from 1 to
happens.
2.
All right.